Hey, what's up guys? Jeff here from Afrihurst. Just got a pretty cool call from the office. I was told to meet them on a field, either for a delivery or to pick up a delivery or to be delivered something. Let's go check it out. Hey, welcome back guys. So Afrihurst has clearly beaten Google and Amazon for those drone deliveries. Here's what they dropped off. It was another fancy white box that they dropped off. And then if you haven't guessed it by now, it's the Raspberry Pi 3. Let's set that aside for a bit. I can only assume in this white box there's your power adapters. Looks like it. Let's check it out. We should only need one of these. Yeah, I don't have a plug like that, so we're gonna need to change that. What other plugs are here? You can check that. One of these looks familiar to me. I have no idea what these other ones are. Cool, so let's set these aside. We're not gonna need those. That you can unclip, which is a pretty cool power brick. Okay, what's in the box over here? Here is your SD card. I don't believe this comes in a standard box unless you get a kit, obviously. The actual card that goes into the Pi should be a micro SD card, if I can get it. Oh, there we go. So that's a normal micro SD card. Yeah, it's a normal 8 gig. I assume they just give you this adapter to use it with the computer. Cool, so we can set that aside, and this is what's actually in the Pi box here. The instruction manual, which is boring. And then the Pi itself comes in a nice little anti-static bag. And there we go. Cool, let's check it out in a bit more detail. Cool, so we start with a micro USB port, which is for your power. It's where you plug your power brick in. Moving on to an HDMI, an audio jack output. 10 or 100 meg Ethernet. I know people are pretty bummed that it isn't gigabit Ethernet yet. 2 USB 2.0 ports. A GPIO, or general input and output, to connect to almost anything. Stuff like LEDs and anything else you'd connect there. Then it's the Wi-Fi, which is 802.11. It's BG and N, no AC just yet. And then moving on next to that is a micro SD card slot to hold your OS. And then finally it's the CPU. Let's take a look at how to install the first OS. Alrighty, so the first thing I do when I get a new project, I Google a lot. So Raspberry Pi, I've got a really cool walkthrough on how to get started with everything. We're taking a look here at how to install the first operating system, which is a noob's setup, very appropriately named. The video is pretty cool there. You can take a look through the walkthrough, obviously, if you like, in your own time. I'm going through to the download section to download the operating system image file. That'll load up here. There's a bunch of other options you can select. For now, we're just going to go with noobs. You can download here as a torrent or as a zip file. I'm going to download as a torrent just because it's a little bit quicker for me. Cool, so that's queued up. Let's give it a couple of minutes and check back in a bit. Download's nearly there. Once that's finished, we can extract the content and then we can look to format the SD card. The download link is on the same page. Here's just some options to look through. The default option here is no. I would just leave it at that. I'm not really sure what the other things mean. We're just going to select quick format for this. You can select overwrite, which takes a little bit longer. Here we're just going to name the SD card Pi. You can name it whatever you like and hit format. You'll notice that the SD card activity monitor will start to blink if you have one of those. You can just let it do its thing. check back in a couple minutes or even seconds. It's an 8 gig card, it isn't too big, should be complete, and then we can double check if the SD card is empty or not. Once that's done, we're going to copy the contents of the folder here onto the SD card and just let that do its thing. Then head down to eject the media, remove the SD card from your computer or SD card reader and plug it into your Raspberry Pi. Awesome, and done. Once your installation is finished with Raspbian, or Noob OS as they call it, you'll be greeted with this, or you can install any other OS. Here's the full list: Ubuntu Mate, Ubuntu Snappy Core, Windows 10 IoT Core, PiNet for classroom management, RICS OS, I think it is, yeah. This is a non-Linux distribution, Weather OS for your weather installations. Then there's OSMC, and my personal favorite, OpenELEC. Cool guys, that's going to wrap it up. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was lots of fun making it. I had a ball with the Raspberry Pi. Let us know what you guys have done with it. I've mainly set mine up as a media PC with OpenELEC, and it's working really well. I've also done a little bit of tweaking around with Ubuntu, running it as a server and stuff. If you are stuck for ideas, you can either use it as a standalone PC, mini web server, media PC, which is what I'm using it for, a small arcade machine. I think something's coming up soon for that, so keep your eyes peeled for that. A torrent or a Usenet download box. You can learn Linux, learn how to code. Basically make anything. It can tie into your home automation, stuff like that. You can run your own cloud server with OwnCloud. That's a really cool thing to do. It's like your personal Dropbox. Make a weather station if you're into that kind of stuff. Play Minecraft, same thing. Or you can run an IRC or XMPP server, or even host your own pastebin. So the options are literally endless what you can do with this thing. Cheers guys.